Hello and welcome. This is Ghost Dimension Flying Solo.
Coming up on Ghost Dimension.
Do you know what sounds like a heartbeat?
That was behind the bar.
Look, that was what I just heard.
Ian Brady.
No way. Look, did you hear that?
Ghost Dimension.
This is the Station Hotel in Ashton-Under-Lyne, and this is Ghost Dimension Flying Solo. The pub was built in 1849 to service the Park Parade railway station, which closed in 1956. The tracks are still there and remain the last memory of this long forgotten station. Today the pub works as a crucial role as the owner works with local charities to help the homeless. But we are here for the spirits that are reported to haunt this pub. The activity here is off the scales. In fact, one of the reports is in the male toilets, where one of the taps turns itself on, which has actually led to flooding in the whole toilet. Despite this, people have checked and given the all clear, yet the activity still continues. There have been rapid temperature drops in this area, followed by shadow figures witnessed by staff and customers alike. The clinking of glasses has been heard, and items have been thrown around this very area, especially if you are disrespectful to the ghosts that haunt here. Tonight on Ghost Dimension Flying Solo, I have invited Rachel Mills to investigate the Station Hotel with me. Now this is a first for Ghost Dimension Flying Solo, and the reason we've done this is because we want Rachel to experience what we actually experience on location, and she can validate the activity that we feel and we see. So you know what? Let's speak to Rachel. Rachel, welcome to Ghost Dimension Flying Solo.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. Now, you were selected at random on our competition that we did on social media to join us. Now, you've been on investigations before, haven't you?
Yes.
And where have you been?
My first investigation was Newsham Park in Liverpool, and I've been pretty much all over the country in the last 4 years.
Wow. Are you a skeptic or are you a believer?
I'm a big believer. I've had lots of things happen, and I've seen quite a few shadows and what you'd think were spirits as well.
Yep.
Well, they were very unexplained. I can't explain what I saw, so I believe a lot.
So you believe. And what has been the most, since you've been doing this, what's been the most memorable experience you've ever had of the paranormal so far?
I'd have to say in Newsham Park, on the very, very first vigil of my first event, we were down in the laundry room, and there was apparently a gentleman down there that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
And we were all stood around in a circle holding hands. And all of a sudden, I thought I saw somebody out the corner of my eye, and then I got pushed apart from my sister, who was holding my hands at the time, and there was no way that anyone could have done it, because everyone was still holding hands in the circle when the lights went on.
So you've had your own paranormal experiences, you've witnessed stuff happen. Are you expecting anything to happen here?
Yes, I am. It does feel very heavy with activity, in my opinion. From what I've experienced in the past. So I'm hoping it's quite a bit. I think I've heard a few knocks already.
Okay.
But we shall see.
And are you okay tonight to go your own in an area and do a lone vigil?
Yes. Yeah,
so
I can't wait.
So it won't scare you? You'll be all right?
I can't wait to do it.
Okay.
Really excited.
And, well, you know what? We'll let you do that and we'll give you some equipment. You can take it down there and we'll probably put you in the cellar.
Okay.
And see if anything happens. Now, obviously, with it being controlled, if you need to come out, you can run out and you can be here. But if you're brave or something happens, you know, it'd be fantastic if you do experience something tonight.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I can't wait to get started.
No, neither can I.
Paul, the Station Hotel, Ashton-Under-Lyne.
Yes.
I can't believe when you walk through the door of this building how old it looks. All of the furniture. This is a local pub for local people, and I feel like it's got a lot of history.
Yes.
It's got to have a lot of history, especially with the rail connection as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's it looks quirky, doesn't it? You know, you come in full of objects, full of artefacts that people have you know, things.
People have brought all sorts of things in here.
Yeah.
There's guitars, there's toys. This place, I mean, is also used for the homeless people.
Yes.
So they look after the people in the community, they feed them, they give them clothes, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe that some of the spirits in this place that people are feeling and are sensing can be connected to multiple different people and items in here.
Well, this is it. You don't know what objects have been brought in that could still be carrying some kind of an attachment. The things in here, it's fantastic. It's a quirky place.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced that it's haunted.
Well, do you know what? I'm looking forward to finding out if this poltergeistal activity that's reported here. Now, the poltergeistal activity, if you don't believe in ghosts, it attacks you. Now, will that happen tonight? It could happen to one of us. It could happen to Rachel.
Yeah.
You know, we've got somebody here who's never joined our investigations before.
Yeah.
Maybe this spirit will be like, well, who's she?
Yeah.
Maybe the poltergeist that's here will interact with her.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I do believe. You know, I believe, but I think we need to approach this slightly differently, not to provoke, but perhaps to entice. You know, maybe not
draw them out.
Yeah. You know, if the things that are happening that we've been told, like things being thrown at you, if you decide to start poo-pooing what's here, we've got a good chance of maybe getting something to happen, and I think that might be the way to go tonight.
Well, let's hopefully find out if that is going to be the case. Now, there's also reports in the male toilets.
Yeah.
The taps keep going off. Now, I have had a look and I've inspected them myself. I can't find a logical reason why the taps would go off on their own unless you physically turn them. This place is not in an earthquake zone. They're not going to randomly vibrate on.
No.
To me, if that's happening, it has to be paranormal, but maybe we'll witness that tonight on our investigation.
It would be good, and what I like about these taps is they are the old-fashioned. You've got to turn them on.
Yeah.
Not push down ones or sensors or anything. You've got to physically turn those, and they've been turned on fully.
Shall we go in there and have a look?
Yeah. I think we should, go and have another examination of them on camera so that people can see we're having a look.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Come on. Paul, men's toilet.
Yes.
Not often we investigate toilets, and certainly not often that we investigate them for claims of taps going off.
No.
It could be paranormal. Like I said before, I inspected them. This one here, I don't know if we can see it, but this one's taped up. They have to be screwed to turn on. And the landlady that runs this pub said to me personally before, she's come down in the morning, she's heard upstairs the water tank draining, and she's known that these taps have been going off.
Yeah, it takes force. You have to turn them, so they're not coming on by accident.
Yeah.
So if there's nobody else in the pub and the claims are genuine,
it could be paranormal.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully I'll ask and you'll ask and whatever we'll do tonight to encourage that activity, and maybe we'll get these taps.
That would be really good evidence.
A regular that used to help out and drink here was sadly killed in a gas explosion, and it's thought that perhaps he comes back to haunt his local. Paul, this is the area which people believe that Ian Brady, not the serial killer Ian Brady, but the customer Ian Brady, is still haunting to this day, or potentially comes back and visits his local. He's reported to be one of the most witnessed activities recently of people believing that they're feeling or coming in contact with Ian. What do you make of it? I
think it's really interesting because, this chap was a regular here, used to work here and help out, and he was killed in a gas explosion locally. And since that time, the people have witnessed and felt this area, which was where he sat, and his plaques there. And also through into the other room, people have thought that they've heard him and seen him. So if this was his local, if this is where he spent most of his time when he wasn't working, and it makes sense that this is where he's going to come back to. Why go to a home if this is where he spent most of his time?
Most of his time. And do you know what I also know, Paul? He was also nicknamed the Action Man.
Really?
Yeah, so if we call out tonight and say, Ian, the Action Man, maybe, just maybe, that may encourage him, if he is here, to come out and interact. But do you know what will also be interesting? If it's Ian that's playing pranks and he's the guy, not the poltergeist, moving the items and the objects here.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting when we investigate it, if we call out for Ian or Action Man, and Ian or the Action Man investigates with us and joins the investigates with us. Well, he can join us if he wants, but it's him that's causing the activity.
Well, it'll give us some validation, because that way you're getting an intelligent response. You're asking for him, getting something to happen. It's him.
Well, I hope tonight we find out.
So do I.
It also has a basement in here, a cellar, and we'll do an investigation in there. Now, there's varied reports of activity. The staff have heard things moving, knocks and bangs.
Objects thrown as well.
Objects thrown in the cellar. Now, when we do that, we'll have to be super, super cautious, because if there is poltergeist activity here, the last thing we want is somebody to be hurt. So, I think it's about time we started our investigation.
I'm ready when you are.
Should we do it?
Let's go.
Come on. With so much going on here, and it's sounding like we're dealing with poltergeistal activity, I think we're going to have our hands full here at the Station Hotel. Okay, so Station Hotel, my first investigation. I've got with me the REM pod over there by the fireplace, and I've got a REM pod over here on this table. I've also got in my hand a K2 meter. Now, if anything comes near this, it'll light up and the colours will change, and the stronger the presence, the higher the lights will go on the meter. The REM pods will make a noise. If anything comes near them, it'll set them off. Now, in this particular area of the bar in this place, excuse me, it feels like getting my throat. It feels like a heavy pressure already on my throat, which is unusual for me to feel that. In this particular area, the landlady has reported that she's seen things moving out the corner of her eye, like objects moving and running. And just over there, I've got the full extent of the bar area as well. So I've got quite a big area to cover. I'm going to call out and see if any of the spirits that I believe to haunt here, or any of the reported activity that's here happens. Maybe we'll see something on camera right now. Now, I heard that. That was a hump bump bum, like a thud. I didn't capture it, I heard it. Now, that could only have been in this room with me. I'll call out and see if anything happens.
So I have pulled the short straw and I'm in the toilets again. I'm starting to feel there's a bit of a pattern to this. So I'll just check the cubicles and make sure nobody's hiding anywhere. There's a top bit. Now there's the sink and the taps. I've got a mel meter there with the REM function on. And I've also got an MF1, which is the EDI meter. It does temperature and geophone, which is vibration. So we'll see if anything happens. Right now we are at 68 to 69, 68.9 to 69 on the temperature, and everything's steady, so we want the taps to come on. Is there anybody in here that can turn these taps on for me, please? Ian, are you the person that comes into these toilets? Are you the one that turns these taps on? Are you trying to get somebody's attention? Could you let me know, please?
So if I walk down there. Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh, this is harder than it looks. Okay, spirits. There's some drums there. Oh, thank you. Can you do that again for me? I don't know if they caught that then. There's a spirit down here with me. Can you tap the drum again for me, please? Thank you. Okay, can you tap it one more time for me, please? Thank you very much. That's super. Okay.
Right, okay. Is anyone here? Can you communicate with me? My name's Sean. I'm a paranormal investigator for Ghost Dimension Flying Solo. I'm here. I believe you're a spirit that's been reported to investigate and come into this area, investigate the people. And I believe that they've seen you in this corner, out the corner of their eye. The landlady's seen you. If you're here, give me an indication, a noise, and a sound. And I saw something then on camera, and I just heard something in a click. As I asked for a spirit to give me an indication, something appears to float around me. Was this a spirit giving me a sign? Then they also made a noise. If you're here, give me an indication, a noise. If you're here, give me an indication, a noise. I don't know what that was. I'll have to replay that back. Maybe it was nothing. But there was something on camera. I saw something. Maybe it was the corner of my eye. I saw something. But I definitely heard a noise. Is anybody here with me now? Can you make a noise? Give me an indication. If I whistle, are you able to whistle back with me? Hello? Can you communicate with me? I believe there's poltergeistal activity here. If you're a negative spirit or a negative entity, make yourself known now to me. Do something for me. Come towards one of these meters. Walk to... What was that? I heard something then. I heard like a big thud. Let me just check that out. It was over here. There's nothing there. I swear to God, there was a noise then. I clearly heard something with my own ears, and it made a noise. I don't know. There's nothing behind the bar that could have made that noise. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Can anybody in here try and let me know if it's not Ian, if it's somebody else? Hearing thudding again. Are you banging on the walls, or are you banging on something? Can you do it again? Can you do that? I can hear that. Do you know that sounds like a heartbeat? Seems to have stopped now. That was a rhythmic boom, 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 boom. I hope the microphone picked that up. Just have a bit of look in there. Not the best of places to hang out, but you go where the activity's reported. Could you turn the taps on? If you want to get my attention, that would be a really good way of doing it. If you can turn them on and... Holy shit, that sounded like a sneeze. Do you have a cold? Bless you.
If I'm talking to the spirit of a male, can you tap the drum? Thank you. Am I talking to Ian? Okay. can hear noises, but I think that could be because the other guys are moving around up above, going to their vigils.
Are you able to use your voice and communicate with me using your voice? If not, come towards me and walk towards my energy, my etheric aura, and use me as a vessel for your communication. No way. Look, did you hear that? Look. That was behind the bar. Look. And to show you, there's no one here. See? No one there. See, these noises always come when you least expect them to come. Somebody then was behind the bar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand here and I'll point it at the bar. Alright, if you're here and you're able to walk and do that noise again, sorry, let's move the K2. If you're here, come towards me again or make that noise. Do it on camera so I can see you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, behind the bar, and we've got a K2 meter. Noises everywhere. So when you call out here then, you hear them. Now this activity is matching up to the Poltergeist still activity. No way. You hear that? That was a piano. I know where the piano is, and the piano's here. That was what I just heard. No way. I literally just heard that. You know, I'm going to go and grab a REM pod and put a REM pod here and see if that goes off.
You've seen the size of this toilet, and I'm hoping there's nobody climbed up there. I'm hoping that the microphone on this picked that up. That sounded like a sneeze. If you're in here, can you try and raise the temperature? We're in Fahrenheit there, which is 69.1. It's gone up a smidge. We're in centigrade on that one, it's 19.7. Can you try and affect the temperature? Can you make it go colder in here? People have reported that just before something happens here, there's a sharp temperature drop. Could you do that? Can you just enter the room and make it go colder and affect the devices I have?
Okay, so I've got a REM pod. I'm just putting it by the piano and I'm going to see if anything happens. If the spirit was setting that off, it should surely set off that REM pod. Hopefully we'll get some activity. So, I'll find out. Okay. Now I'm following you around. A minute ago you were by the bar and then you were by that REM pod. Sorry, not by the REM pod, by the piano, should I say. Come towards me now. Use... No way. Look, look. I heard that, I'm sure. Do that again, if that was you. Make that noise again. In 5, and set that REM pod off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that came from over there. That came from over there. Whoa, okay, that was a piano again. I'm stood here. As soon as I pointed away from the piano, it went off. No way, did you hear that? No way. Oh, look. Look, look. The piano is playing by itself. No way. I have never encountered that. Thank you. Do that again. No way. The keys are not moving, look. The keys are not moving and it's going off. That's weird, man. Set that piano off and that REM pod at the same time. Come on. Come on. Do something for me. Set it off. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. No way. Firm indication that we are here in spiritual presence of a spiritual being. All we've got to do now is find out who it is. Is that you, Ian? Ian, is that you? Let me show you. There's a plaque here for Ian on the side. And I thought, you know, when you're here and you feel like you're being followed, I thought it was being followed. There's a plaque here for Ian and it's got his name on it. Ian Brady. No way, the piano went in the REM pod again. Listen. Action Man. What we'll do, I'll call out and say, Action Man, are you here? We'll see if that happens again. Action Man, is that you, Ian? Nothing. Nothing at all. Action Man, are you here? No way. No way, he's playing with me, look. See, look, watch. That's amazing. I hope that activity is happening throughout this building because that's some of the best paranormal evidence in front of my own eyes that, again, I've ever witnessed. Look, you can't write that. That's happening here on Ghost Dimension.
Are you Ian? There's the spirit of Ian down here with me. I know that you used to volunteer here, used to help here. I'll go back through here. I know that you used to help here. And that this was your local. Could be from upstairs, that's happening if you can hear it.
There's nobody in this cubicle at all. There's nowhere you can hide. Yeah, I just heard again, and I'm hoping again the microphone picked it up, but I just heard something only lightly. See if I can try and replicate what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Could you do the same back? Can you knock back to me? Let's try again. Could you knock back to me? There we go. Can you knock again? That's pretty good. I'm going to do 3. Come in from in there, and there's nobody there. same. It's really good if that's what you're doing. If you're knocking, that is really good. I would like, though, for you to try to do something here, or knock now for me. Can you try and turn the taps on for me? I see that one now turned. I think they've only got one tap that works now because they kept being turned on. So she's had 2 taps disconnected and the other ones are all taped up. Ian Brady.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gone quiet. It's like it's moved on. The activity's moved. So I'm going to see if I can follow it and chase it with my K2 meter. I've got a REM on there, so if it does come near it again, we'll hear it. And I've also got a REM by the fireplace where the shadow people have been witnessed. So you know what? I'm going to go over there and investigate, okay? Are you here with me? Still, have I followed you? No way. I heard a cough then, like or a growl. It was a cough or a growl. I clearly heard that, and I don't know where it came from. Nothing's coming near my K2 meter, but something is definitely making a noise. I'm just lowering my voice because I feel a bit scared, to be honest. Bum 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 bum. That's mental. This level of activity is no way. There is another bang then down there. And I can't explain any of this. Because as you can see, I'm here. There's no one here. Maybe that was Ian. Was that you, Ian? Ian, are you here? No.
Who's in here? Can you let me know? If it's Ian, make a noise. If it's somebody else, make a noise. Please, try this out. Ooh, got that then. And again, it was from there. It's coming in little spits and spats. And it does seem to be intelligent and a little bit responsive. I'm just peeking around, I'll show you. Still nobody there. There's only one way in and one way out, and it's that door. You haven't heard that door open. It hasn't opened because nobody else is in here with me. Couldn't really get many more people in here, but you certainly couldn't hide anybody. Could you knock on there again for me? Just want something really big, really impressive to happen now. Can you set the hand dryer off? That's an old favourite. In fact, no, if I set it off it's going to go for ages. It would be nice if it went off on its own, wouldn't it? Now, we seem to be getting a bit of a temperature drop now. Seems to be going down. If that's you, if you're affecting that, can you make it go down? Okay, there was a thud right in front of me. The REM on the Mel just beeped a little bit, and that's beeping as well now, which means we're getting a temperature drop. It's going down.
spirit down here with me? Could you tap again? Or can you try showing yourself in light form again for me? Tell you what, I'm going to come and stand by here because this is where I'm hearing taps from, and I don't know whether they're upstairs or whether they're down here. So if you're down here, I'm stood here now. Come and tap me. Right, that's upstairs. It's got to be upstairs. Or outside. Ah, I know what it is, it's water. I'll show you now. That really loud banging you hear is this. Where the cellar drop is, there's water dripping in. So we know what that is now. That's nothing paranormal. Right, come on spirits, I'm going in a few minutes.
Jesus. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. I'm just going to have a look outside this door. You see now, things are starting to get busy. Let's have a quick look, make sure. Oh, do you know, I want the equipment to go off. Okay. Nothing there anywhere. I want the equipment to go off and it's starting to go off. Look at this, look at this. It's registering EMF. That was me. That isn't me. We're starting to get some vibration going. The temperature's going. That's really good, thank you. Is this you, Ian? If this is you, can you drop the temperature for me? Can you make it go even colder? Wow, look at that. Can you bang on this? Okay, we're really getting some strong EMF now. I know we're not picking it up on the metal. I'm just going to move that over a little bit and see if anything happens with that as well. So we've got the two devices. So for the first 10 minutes that I was in here, apart from the banging, which was good, there was nothing going on with the meters. Now we're starting to get some EM readings, and there's no electrical items on in here at the moment. The lights are off. I don't know about the hand dryer, but I mean, you can see the meter's been sat there for the whole duration of me being in here, but now it's registering. So there's something here giving off an electrical field, and that meter's registering it. The temperature has actually gone up on this. Now that's weird because it's gone up on that one, yet it's gone down on that one.
Use me as a vessel, or come towards me and set that meter off. Or set the meter off on the floor down there, look. No, whoa. That was another noise, and let's grab this meter. And it came
from behind the bar. That came from behind the bar. Do you know what it sounded like? I'll tell you what it sounded like. It sounded like something was clinking behind the bar. Now that's one of the reports here. Something clinking. I didn't expect this to be so active. It's such a small place as when you come in and then something starts to happen. The clinking behind the bar. I mean, let me show you, look. It had to be one of those. What's clinking? I just don't know. I've not physically seen anything with my eyes. I'm just audibly hearing what's happening, and I'm hoping to God that we have caught some on camera. I'm just going to point this over there and see if I can see anything. See? Look! Look! Did you hear that? We must have heard that. Again. A clink of the glasses. It was a clear noise from behind the bar.
Rachel, so you investigated downstairs.
I did.
Tell us what happened.
As soon as the lights went off, I had a bit of a wander around. Really, really dark down there. And there was lots of stuff down there as well, so I did fall a couple of times.
So you fell?
Nearly. But near the stairs there was some drums that were being stored down there, and I had a bit of a conversation with who I think possibly could have been the gentleman that used to drink here and work here.
So it could have been Ian?
It could have been. When I was calling out, I was asking if there was any spirits here and to tap, and I kept getting a tap every now and again on the drum. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we caught it, because it was very, very faint.
Well, hopefully we did,
and a few light anomalies as well.
So you caught maybe some light orbs on the camera?
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully that's what they were.
Well, I can't wait to check that back and see what you got.
Yeah,
because hopefully you may have stirred it up there. So whenever people investigate it, hopefully the activity will heighten.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, it should be exciting. So it was exciting then, yeah?
Really exciting, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad you experienced something on your lone vigil.
Yeah.
And at least you know now what it's like to be investigating on the show.
Yeah, I do. It was really, really good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming.